Howdy guys, it's Abby. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to do my monthly Get Ready With Me video. Every month I do a Get Ready With Me where I just kind of talk about personal stuff, what's going on, try some new makeup if I have any. You guys can get ready with me while I'm doing this or just watch and listen while you're doing something else. And I usually don't talk about what I'm using. I will put the name of the product down here and I'll also link everything in the description box. I had the past several videos pre-filmed that I'm so glad I did. It's the first week of December and I got a ton of orders in my Etsy shop over like Black Friday, Cyber Monday that weekend. And I was rushing to get them all out because there was a ton and I didn't want to work over the weekend. I wanted to take some time off because I don't usually take breaks, and I did that and I came into like 20 some orders, which is the most I've ever had open at one time. And Etsy has been shutting down, not really shutting down permanently, but just like turning off people's shops if they have too many orders open. So I'm like, oh, like I need to get those out quick so they don't do that to me, because there is no like magic number, so I was afraid that they would do that at any time, but they did not. Then after that it just died. Like for the past, well, until today, like the past 3 or 4 days, I got maybe one sale for one small item a day, and that was it. So, but today I've gotten, I think, 5 orders, which is pretty cool. If you want to know more about my shop, I have a video that I just did about eco-friendly gift ideas, and the whole like last half of the video I talked about my shop. I'm also glad that I had things pre-filmed because this week has been rough. I haven't done makeup in a week, so I'm like, am I forgetting things? And as you can tell, my face is pretty broken out. That usually only happens around my period or if I'm stressed, and that happens to be both right now. So usually in these videos I update about my fiance, and he has been gone since March, which was kind of unfortunate, the timing of all of that. Like, he decided to go into the army and I decided to quit my job, or my like real job, to pursue my small business at the same time in March, literally a week before the pandemic hit and things started closing down. So that's been fun. So I haven't seen him since March because that's when he left for basic training. He did not get to come home for his holiday leave. Some soldiers did, but if they were already in their station, but the ones that were transferring from their training to their station didn't get to come home. So he is already in the other country. I don't know if I'm at liberty to say now, but it's very far away in Asia. I'll say that. You can probably guess which one it is. He is there now under quarantine, and he's not quite a week in, I don't think, which I thought was weird. They're quarantining him in a room with 2 other guys. Like, that's not a quarantine if you're not by yourself. I don't know, the army man. Because like if one of them had the virus, then they'd all have it, which doesn't make sense to me, but anyways. But once he's out of quarantine and he's like where he's going to be living and all that, then he's allowed to go off base, which is going to be nice for him. And he likes traveling and trying new foods and stuff, so he'll be ecstatic to go out and try the restaurants and everything at this place. And it didn't really sink in. Like, my mom asked me the day before that he flew out, like if he was ready to leave, and I was like, yeah, he's ready, he's got his stuff packed and everything, and he leaves at whatever early time it was in the morning. And she was like, well, are you ready for him to leave? And I was like, I mean, yes, like I can't see him anyways, even though he was in Texas. I just realized my phone was next to the microphone, so if it's been staticky this whole time, I got a new microphone. Hopefully it doesn't do that. So when he got to the airport, he traveled for, it was over 24 hours from the time he left Texas to the time that he got to where he was supposed to be going. The flight was like 14 hours when he had to wait for transportation, and that was a mess. So he was exhausted by the time he got back, or got into the place where he was staying. And when he was at the airport, he sent me, like, before he got to customs, he sent me a picture of like the airport signs and all that stuff, like saying where to go, and they were all in this other language. And I was like it just hit me that like he was actually gone, you know, on the other side of the world. And I just like bawled for a while, which it kind of stinks. Like, he's allowed to go off base and, you know, travel around and stuff, but I can't go there, which thankfully I got an email from the passport agency that my passport is in the mail. It should be in my P.O. box pretty soon. I had to send it back to be renewed because it expired this month, or not this month, this year. And finally, like, they were estimating it would take like 3 months to get it back, and it only took about 2, so that was nice. Because we thought that I was going to go, like, he was going to come back here, we're going to get married, and then I would go over there. Not working like that. Up until now, all my videos and everything, I've been talking about how I'm getting ready to move. And that's not going to be anywhere near as soon as we thought, unless something else changes, which could happen. Never know. But I cannot travel to this country on my own, because like if we were married and I was moving with him, I would have a reason to be there. You know, they're not letting people just come in for whatever. And I'd have to, even if I was able to get in, I'd have to quarantine at my own expense, which would be expensive. But if I was traveling with the military, I would quarantine on base. They'd give me food and whatever I needed, so I wouldn't have to pay out of pocket for that. But if I was just a civilian on quote-unquote vacation, then I would have to quarantine at my own expense. Not impossible, I suppose, but not ideal, because a plane ticket is already astronomically expensive. So we're thinking right now I would try to go in the summer, because he would usually get a leave in like holiday time around December or so, and then he would get one in sometime in the summer, and I would go over there and we would try to get married on the base, like with the chaplain or something, and go that route. And then I would either try to arrange it to where I would go over there and then I would stay there and not have to come back and forth, because like back and forth would be very expensive. Or if all else fails, we would do that. Or we did find a loophole that would let us get married another way, but worst case scenario, I would just try to get married and then get on his orders by the time he goes to his next station next year, which we don't know where that's going to be yet either. He'll probably know in a few months. Which I guess is not all bad, because I want to try to keep my business, and if I go to this other country that he's in, I can't, like, it's just going to be impossible, because I can't operate a business the way I do from an army base. I would have to ship orders like from off the base, and that would be really expensive for my American customers especially, because they have to pay international shipping. But if we go somewhere like in the States or in the EU, it would be a little bit easier. Wouldn't be so expensive. We did find a way to get married legally that is recognized by the government and by the military that we're legally married, and it's cheaper than a plane ticket to this place, but it seems a little weird to me. So we had looked into, while he was in Texas, a proxy marriage, which is where one person just goes to the courthouse and brings documents that the other person has signed, usually in instances like this where the other person is overseas or something and can't physically come to the United States. But in the state of Montana, there is a law that allows double proxy marriage. So that means that neither party has to be present. So you call up this place and like sign a contract with them, and you pay them to, why is there like a brush hair in my highlighter? But you pay them to basically perform a marriage ceremony on your behalf. Like they'll have, there's one I was reading, it was basically like the guy and his wife that run the business, and they will like stand in on your behalf and get like all the license and everything taken care of, file it for you, and then mail it back to you. And that law like was specifically created for people who were in the military and deployed overseas or stationed overseas. But it's only in the state of Montana, or like 1 or 2 counties in Montana that will do that. And these people, like I was looking it up recently, and they're making bank off of the current situation, because people are not able to travel in the exact same situation that we're in, like trying to get on each other's orders and can't do it because of travel restrictions. That's certainly not our first option, but it is one. A dry patch right there. That's the weirdest place for a dry patch. I recently ordered the fabric for my wedding dress, so I'm not making a whole new dress. Basically, I am recovering the dress that I wore to my mom's wedding recently, a couple years ago when she got remarried, and I was bridesmaid, and I like the structure of the dress and it fits, and I don't want to have to deal with making the top part. That's really difficult, and it fits well. It actually fits better than it did then because I've gained a little bit of weight. So it's a strapless dress, so that kind of helps. I'm going to take the top layer because it has a layer of this like netting kind of tulle material. It's really stretchy, so it's not really exactly tulle. But I got, I need to try it with the dress, but I got this fabric that I think would go with it pretty well. And it's not white, which I like because I just don't like, I don't want a bright white wedding dress. Like, I don't know, that just doesn't seem me. And I wanted a black dress, but you know, like compromised with something in between. I've recently gotten a bunch of new makeup to try out. I went a little crazy with the early Black Friday sales. Some of it has come in. I'm waiting on, I think, 2 orders. So I ordered some from Ace Boutte, which is a small black owned company. And I also ordered some from Glamlight, and some more from Clarity Cosmetics, another small black owned company. I really like their eyeshadows, especially the shimmer, so I got some more of those. And then I also placed an order from Lethal Cosmetics, which I have been eyeballing for a while. There are a few companies that I want everything from, and Lethal Cosmetics is one of them. Like, I could have just given them a couple $100 and been like, just fill up a box with whatever you want, and I probably would have liked it all. And that should be, I think they are both coming early next week. I have like 4 palettes right here, 2 from Ace Boutte and 2 from Glamlight. And Glamlight just came out with this new, they do these foodie boxes where it's like a themed mystery box, but not really mystery because they tell you what's in it. But usually has 1 palette and a couple lip products and like a pair of lashes, a highlighter maybe, and something like brushes, and it's pretty inexpensive. But I'm just like, oh gosh, I really don't need this, and it's limited edition. But the palette that was in it, I was really interested in. And I am trying out a lot of those brands. I'm going to do a black owned makeup video because I feel like people did those in June, July, and then stopped. So I'm going to do another one. All right, did my brows off camera because that usually takes a long time, and then I'll try to ramble about something while I'm doing them and just save us both some time here. So I am going to use the Glamlight Street Taco palette. So this is brand new to me. I haven't even swatched it. So here is what, oh no, it won't bend. That's annoying. Like, it won't bend all the way backwards, but there is the inside because I can't see if it did or not. I haven't worn makeup in a while, but even before that, I have no idea what's been happening with my brows. I thought that I was pretty good at making them even, and now it's like I don't know anymore. So naturally I'm drawn to these shades Al Pastor and Picante right here. This is hilarious, I'm sure, listening to me try to pronounce these Spanish names. I was swatching that Carnitas shade just to see what it looks like because I haven't even swatched any of these. So that one is pretty sheer. I was trying to see, I kind of wanted to go for some of the browns in there. That's a good one. That one's Pico de Gallo. Let's try Red Onions just for fun because this looks like it's holographic. There's Red Onions. So I don't know. I like all of those. And just for fun, let's do Guacamole. I like that one too. I don't know. I feel like Red Onions and Guacamole, they have some chunkier glitter, and I probably want a glitter glue. So maybe I'll skip those for now. I'm gonna go into the brown. How I said I wasn't gonna talk about the products, but oh well. I was pretty excited to get some stuff from Glamlight. I had been, like, I didn't know that they were cruelty-free for a while, and they came out on Logical Harmony's brand list, so I was like, sweet. Also, something I wanted to mention was a few new additions to the Logical Harmony list. So Beauty Bakery is on there now, which they're also a black-owned brand, but I feel like, I can't remember what it was, but there was some controversy with Beauty Bakery, and I don't know what it was. I can't remember. I just know that there was something, and I kind of skipped over their Black Friday sale. It was a pretty good sale. It was 40% off everything, but I just didn't feel like I just knew there was something, and I didn't want to just support them without figuring out what it was, and I didn't have time to look into it. So, and I did want to try their matte lip whips. Like, that's definitely up my alley. Like the super intense, like long-lasting paint-ish liquid lipsticks. Then another one that was added to Logical Harmony finally was Makeup Revolution, or like all of their brands. Like they have like 5 different brands under the Makeup Revolution umbrella, like XX Revolution and Revolution Pro and a bunch of others I don't remember. But they're actually really affordable, which is cool because pretty much up until now all we have is e.l.f., Milani, and kind of sorted NYX, but that's about it. And there is Essence. Essence is not, or like Essence and Jordana are not Logical Harmony certified, so that kind of makes me a little bit suspicious about them. The Makeup Revolution would have been another, you know, good addition, and they're pretty accessible, especially outside of the US. But have you ever seen any like influencer or YouTuber or whatever actually use their products? Because I've seen a few get them in PR and never talk about them again. So I don't know, like maybe their concealer was pretty popular there for a while, but other than that I really don't hear anything. And they have so much. I've looked at, because they had a Black Friday sale too, so I was like, oh, this is a good time to check them out, and they had just had like way too much product. I was like, I don't even know where to start. And none of the stuff had good reviews either, except for like the concealer, maybe one other thing. So like, I don't know. Can you see that? This shade, I forgot what it was called. It's kind of pink. It's called Pico de Gallo. It's kind of pink, but then it leans orange and it has that gold shimmer. That is pretty cool. Like that, I just put the brown and that's all one color. I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera how I'm seeing it, but it's a great shade. Something else, as if this video is not going to be long enough, I talked about in my Instagram stories today, I might make it a highlight, I don't know, but ColourPop. I have talked about before on my channel that I don't support them anymore. I haven't bought from them in a while, but I wouldn't consider buying from them again. And I just want to know if you would have, like, if you would want to see a whole video about why. Because I feel like a lot of people don't know, or there's also a lot of people that don't care because they want to be on ColourPop's PR list, and they want to collect a ton of affordable makeup. And it's like, okay, like the issue is deeper than being able to collect makeup and getting PR. Like if I go my entire makeup career, which is not even a career because I don't get paid right now, but like if I go my entire makeup existence without any acknowledgement from ColourPop, I will be perfectly fine. Because like they basically, the issues with them are both racial and like from a sustainability ethics standpoint. And it's like, it's so easy to cancel a brand like Jeffree Star, or like how KVD was before Kat left the brand, you know, like how easy it was to cancel them because the brand has a face. But ColourPop doesn't really have a face, like it's just this big brand. And we excuse it because they have cheap but not great quality, in my opinion, makeup. Like even people that I follow on Instagram and stuff, they'll be like, well, I know that ColourPop is problematic, all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, then stop buying from them. Like they have a new palette twice a week. And before people even started getting their Raw Beauty Kristi palettes, they already had 2 other palettes out before people even started getting those. So it's like, why? I don't know. Let me know if you want me to do a whole video about that. I probably will anyways, if nobody comments. I kind of want to have something to reference if I mention, or if ColourPop comes up in another video, then I'll be like, I did a whole video about this. If you want to know more, check it out, so I don't have to explain myself 100 times. My eyes are red. It's gotten really cold here, and my eyeballs just kind of shrivel up and dry out. And I absolutely hate eye drops. That's why, well, part of the reason why I haven't gotten LASIK yet, because it costs a lot of money, and I hate eye drops. But I guess I have to get over that pretty quick if I get LASIK. Alright, and this is turning out to be a look. I mean, the brown kind of makes it look a little bit sickly, but you know, it's pretty good. The orange ties in with the gold shimmer. So here is the finished eye look. I really like how this turned out. I love that one shade. Forgot what it's called. Pico de Gallo, I think. Pretty sure I got a shade in my not Aether, I'm talking about Lethal Cosmetics order that's similar, but we will see. I have this new lip product from Glamlight called the CHURRO. No, I can't. Lipstick, and I don't know if it is supposed to be matte or not. I guess I'll swatch it on my hand and see what it does. I was wondering why it was kind of so expensive, but it has a mirror on the one side and the packaging is ginormous. Like here is, here's the Colored Rain lipstick. It's a bit taller and a lot bigger around than a normal liquid lipstick. It smells kind of like root beer. I don't know why churro would smell like root beer. Swatch it, see if it dries down. Kind of want to know what I'm getting into, like if it's supposed to dry down, if it's not. I don't know if it said on the website. It might have, but I can't remember. Aren't churros supposed to have cinnamon on them? Like, why does it smell like root beer? That's throwing me off. Kind of drying down, so I'll go with that. It's gonna be matte. Let that dry a little. Color goes pretty good with the eye look, I would say. Okay, yeah, it is matte. It's definitely transfer proof. Like, it's not coming off of my hand. Cool. I actually like this formula. That's the first time I tried it, obviously, so I don't know if it's going to be like super long wearing, but I like the formula because I like liquid lipsticks that are thinner, because some of them are really thick and they just can get too goopy and they never really dry down right. So this one I definitely like. I'll have to see how long it wears, but I would purchase another one in this matte, because I know they have some that are not matte. They're more of like a cream liquid lipstick. So that is the look. That's what's going on with me. Let me know if you guys have any other suggestions for topics for Get Ready With Me. Let me know if you want to see any of these other palettes in videos. I have the Glamlight Ice Cream Dream that I've been looking at since it came out. I really want to get into it. I just wanted less options for colors, so I went with the Street Taco palette. I also have these two from Ace Beauté. I have the Oceanic and Nostalgia. So click up here to watch my most recent video, or click up here to watch my last Get Ready With Me. And give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss seeing my face in your subscription box every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And links to my social media as well as the products that I used today will be in the description box. And I will see you guys in the comments. Bye.